There's always a hope. Rise and fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSL GosuLeague Season 15. We are in the final stage of the BSL GosuLeague. This is very good league, the second league of BSL, and it's casted exclusively on Trovo, so definitely check it out if you missed some matches. Don't forget to drink water. So, boys and girls, I hope that we have girls as well. Let me ping my friends on Discord and share the screen with Mr. Q. Do we have anyone here in the chat? Ali G in the chat? Okay. Mr. I agree. I don't know either. That's why I just put two nicknames, because both of them looks extremely sexy. I can even add Zero here. Like Zordon, right? But let's focus on the matches. I think we still have some matches to cast. It's not only about me being sexy, so let's focus on that. So, boys and girls, we're gonna have Dreamer versus Squall coming up first. Right now, we're gonna have Dreamer versus Squall. After that, we're gonna have Tama versus Izu. Tama nickname is also Fathertos. And then we're gonna have upper bracket finals, winner bracket finals. It's going to be Hayek versus winner of Tama versus Izu. So those three very nice matches gonna be casted today. Thank you, Mr. Geterect. So, the first match for today is going to be Squall versus Dreamer. Thank you, Mr. Billy the Goat. So we have Squall and Dreamer both from Team Ash, Mr. Dawid, Saez, and Hareddin of Ildar. Both players very experienced in StarCraft. We can see that Squall managed to get to the BSL Pro League this season. And he was also very high in GosuLeague in BSL13. He was 4th in BSL12, he was 5th to 8th in BSL11, and then he was 13th to 16. So we can see the improvement in his performance, because he's going better and better position in GosuLeague. and this season he got to Pro League. I think he definitely is a Pro League material player. He's a very experienced player. We have Mr. Dreamer, who was in the very active in the GosuLeague, but he came back in BSL15, and now he is very high in BSL15 as well. So that's very interesting. So this match is going to happen immediately right now. The map is going to be Gladiator. So good map, very good map. But I think it's very questionable to have this map as a first map, because you usually ban the maps, and as a Protoss you usually don't want to have Gladiator because it's hard to defend 9073 over here. There is not enough space for the cannons, but our game is ready, so let's get to the first match between Squall and Dreamer. Oh guys, you probably hear double sound, right? Now it's fixed. Okay, let's get to the game number 1 of today's cast. Oh, this is good. That's a bit too low, right? Fix that. So this is the loser bracket. Best of 3, round 2. So loser of this best of 3 will be eliminated from BSL, and winner of this match will go further and face Radley in the quarterfinals of loser bracket. And you can see that both players will scout each other very quickly. They will scout each other first. I don't know who it gives more benefit. I think it should give some advantage to Dreamer because he should be able to block the hatchery of Squall. Squall starting with Overpull. This is a standard opening. It forces Protoss to start with Forge first instead of going for the Nexus immediately. But it also slows down the hatchery of Zerg. But overall, this is a so-called meta build, because you can adjust after this Overpull, and you can adjust to this build, to any build which Protoss is doing, and we can see that Squall is already scouting Dreamer. He can see what's going on, that it's Forged first, so he is going to go for the hatchery right now, and I guess he's going to add more drones and no links. Unless he has a plan to go for some kind of a run-by, but I don't expect that. So yeah, now after 2 links which will chase out this probe, he is going for more drones because he wants to keep up economically. This is pretty good economical opening for the Protoss, so the Squall wants to keep up, and he will also have 2 links to push away this probe, so he will be able to take this hatchery when he will be ready for it. Let me know, guys, if everything is fine, if you can hear and see me. I mean, not see me, see the game and hear the game sounds and my commentary, if it's well adjusted. You can see that Dreamer is only on 1 cannon. He lost the scouting probe. This is a huge mistake at this stage of the game. Squall is not going to go for the links to punish it. Oh, Mr. Manu is again here with the huge support. Thank you, Mr. Manu, for this 200 elixir. Squall is trying to block the scouting probe, because losing the first scouting probe is huge, and if Dreamer will not get any scouting info with the second probe, this will be very bad opening for him, because so far it's only 2 links. The drone will try to block the probe, but it's very hard when you are from the low ground, and Dreamer will be able to scout. Okay, everything is according. Oh, where? Okay, so the layer is in the 3rd base, so that's very sneaky out of Squall. And Dreamer now will probably try to escape with this probe, but it might be impossible if Squall will want to chase it with the probe and even with the drone, but not even drone, with the link he was able to catch it, so very nicely done. Now probably Overload is in production, so very good Overload timing. At the same time, Dreamer has cybernetic core. He is mining from both bases already, going for the Zealot. I'm wondering whether he will go for +1 upgrade immediately or he will save the gas for the faster cores. Thank you, Mr. Mickey. Okay, and more links now from Squall. It's probably just to prevent this Zealot to get more scouting information. So I like those links. They will give him a little bit more map control. This wall-in from Dreamer is easily punishable by match links. Obviously you can do something like put pylon over here and expect that there is no wall from this side and try to put the probes here, so you can do something. I really like this link split just to find whether there is no scouting probe over here. We can see around 5 minutes speed means that this is not 9073. The Spire play is on the way. The Corsair will be in production once this pylon will finish. So everything is standard. We can see that Squall is trying to punish this red wall-in from Dreamer. So now Dreamer will have one cannon. I don't expect that he will be forced to add additional one, but now losing the probes is huge. 2 probes from Squall, and we know that Squall is a very experienced player. He used to play in the team called Templars of Twilight, run by Mr. Mondragon. Very good team, very strong team. So he's one of the best players. He's one of the best Zergs from back in the days, so he definitely has a skill to take even the championship of GosuLeague. That's very interesting. I'm very hyped about what he's going to show to us. He lost to Father Toss, aka Tama, in the winner bracket finals, in the winner bracket round first. So, but those were very good and close games. We can see the 4th and 5th hatchery almost done for Squall. Carapace even for the Spire, so it might indicate that he will go for the some muta-based play. You don't necessarily have to go for like 11 mutas or 9 mutas. You can also go for only 5 mutas. It's still enough to one-shot a probe and to force some reaction from Protoss. Like this cannon is, I really like this position of this cannon because it also defends the mineral line, but as well as the Stargate. We can see the safely Sunkens. When you are going mutas, it's always good because there might be a situation where you have the mutas and you want to harass with them, but your opponent is moving out with the Zealots to buy time. And with this Sunken, you can sometimes ignore the Zealots and focus on the harassment. And even 6th hatchery from Squall, +1 weapon, speed for the Hydralisks is not done yet. You can see some micro already, but it's only 3 mutas. I thought it's 4, yeah, it's 4 mutas now. This Dark Templar will scout this expansion, maybe it will kill some drones, but nice harassment actually from Dreamer, 3 drones, 4 drones and mining time, so nice harassment with 1 DT. I don't think he could expect to get more with this Sunken placement, but we can see that Squall already having 45 probes, so 45 drones, so it's more than Dreamer has probes, and usually at this stage Protoss should have few probes advantage, so I think it's already a good situation from our Spanish Zerg player. He's adding more mutas, he will have a Carapace soon, he will mine from 3 extractors in a while, so he will have gas to afford all of that. Second cannon, as I said, even 5 mutas is enough to force some reaction from Protoss, and we can see that Dreamer built 4 Corsairs. He's not going for +1 weapon, so those Corsairs are simply to defend him from taking any damage from the mutas, but there will be more mutas and even with +1 Carapace, so Corsair has 5 damage, so this +1 carapace is nivelating the damage that mutas are taking. Not only the main damage, but also the splash damage, so that's huge upgrade. I think this is a position where you should have 4 probes as a Protoss in this natural expansion. As you can see, this is the moment where this probe is not in the assimilator, so that's a nice thing to notice, to realize. Already the robotics facility from Dreamer, so he expects some lurkers and he wants to be ready for them, but Squall already taking the bottom right expansion. He's massing the Hydralisks. The amount of mutas is relatively high, it's 7, and I don't think Dreamer is expecting that, so when he will move out with the High Templars, they might be sniped, but I really like that he's moving out simply with the Zealots, with +1. Second Forge is there, the range for the Goons is added, we have 7-8 gateways already from Dreamer, 47 props, so I think he stopped the prop production. This is a not very, but relatively healthy probe number, so he will be able to saturate those 8 gateways. But we can see the macro of the Squall is incredible, 104 supply already, almost equalizing the supply of the Protoss, where almost nothing happened. I mean, actually, not nothing happened. He actually ran by, killed the cannons, and killed a couple of probes. So maybe that's the reason why Squall has this advantage at this stage. The +1 weapon on Hydralisk is done. +2 is on the way, so... And 56 drones already from Squall. This is incredible macro. It's only 4 Corsairs, so I think the Scourges should be able to deal with them. I really like that Dreamer is adding goons to have some anti-air defense. And we can see that Dreamer is lacking some gas. I don't know if it's because of this mining. Also, Squall is mining only with 2 drones here. We had some nice storm. Now the mutas, I think, did the job. They killed 2 High Templars, but there is still 4 more, so it will be pretty powerful push from Dreamer. He's going for more goons, more zealots, because the High Templars already has energy for 8 storms. I wonder whether he's going for the amulet to have 50 additional energy on the High Templars. But it looks like the number of Hydralisks is pretty high, but the question is how good will be the storms and how good will be the dodges. Because we will have the high ground advantage, but storms works very well as a zoning out, so he will be able to zone out those Hydras. Now we can see the mutas are trying to snipe the High Templars. One of the High Templars is going down, the second High Templar is going down, but we have 2 more very good storms from Dreamer, but it looks like there is still plenty of Hydras left. There will be 1 more storm left over here, so Dreamer will want to fight on the high ground. Very nice storm again, but nice dodge from Squall as well. And this is a +1 Hydras versus 1 actually already, but it looks like the number of Hydras is a little bit too high. Then Archon is not morphing, maybe he wants to have energy for the second storm, but it looks like Dreamer is losing almost all the army for the before that happened, before this energy generated. And 57 drones to 47 probes, so this 10 supply, 13 supply advantage is mostly in drones, so the army supply should be relatively equal, but in this situation it means that Zerg has some significant advantage. Already some macro hatcheries in the bottom right, the natural of the bottom, so Squall is slowly transitioning into 5-5 base play, where Dreamer is taking the mineral only, but Protoss at this stage has opportunity to double expand, so he will be able to be defensive and use those pizza slices high ground to defend the base. But we already have +2 on the Hydras, very good upgrade timing, but as well good upgrades from Dreamer. 2-1. We will have 2 storms, but if you will dodge those 2 storms... Oh, but those lurkers are doing so much damage to those zealots, and it looks like Dreamer is falling apart. Squall with the powerful macro. Incredible play from him. He shows us how powerful he is when you are not disturbing him, when you are allowing him to do whatever he wants. He's macroing like crazy from 6, 8, even 9 hatcheries right now. some Hydras over here just to scout whether the drop is coming or not, but those Hydras will be able, very nice morph on the Hydras as well, so those Hydras will be able to deny this expansion from Dreamer, and GG, we are having one O score for the Squall. Very nice game from our Spanish Z player. So look at the bracket, guys. We have Squall leading 1-0, and it means that, as you can see, Squall leading 1-0, it means that if he will win, he will go and face Radley in the lower bracket quarterfinals. So that's very interesting. Hermon though is waiting for the winner of oh wait, okay, my program for the bracket crashed. Let me, oh, I will have to add the scores again, but I will do it for you guys. Okay, and the map for the second game is going to be Butter. Very nice two-player map. New Eclipse, I would say. New favorite two-player map for every player. So I would say that Vermeer is a new Polypoid and Butter is a new Eclipse. That's very nice refreshment. Let's hope that Blizzard will realize that soon and make ladder reset. After the season I will make some official post and we will try to pressure them to make the ladder reset, because it didn't happen for 10 months and players are simply bored to play in the same map pool all the time. But Dreamer versus Squall, game number 2, let's get into it. So spawning on the top right location we have Mr. Dreamer, and spawning on the bottom right location we have Mr. Squall. This is a map which has a little bit longer distance between the main base and the main base, so usually one gate play might be held by 12 hatch, but with that knowledge, some good players are simply playing one gateway because Zerg is not expecting it on this map. So actually I like it a lot, that this map has this additional factor which you need to include in your game plan, in your strategy. Okay, I pinged my good buddies from Team Liquid to maybe add my stream on Team Liquid as well. I can't use, I don't know how to say it, but we have a slow moment of the game, so I will check it. I don't know how to say it. leg to leg. I can't like put leg on my leg because my knee is dying, but let's see. One link, actually 2 links, but 1 larva spent on the links, and more drones from squad, so very normal opening from this player. You can see that Dreamer even went for the Nexus first, so this is the additional factor that this maps gives, like this is the additional option that this map gives, that usually the timing of the overpull is that you can't build the Nexus before the Forge, so usually you have to go for the Pylon, Forge, Cannon and Nexus, because the links will be on time on top of your cannon. But you can see that Dreamer this game is trying to abuse it a little bit, and actually I love it because this is how you should do it. If you have option like this and you know that timing is good enough, that's a great way to use this map for your advantage. And he has a faster Nexus, he will have a faster proc production in the second Nexus. So I actually very like it, very like this modification, this adjustment to this map. We can see Squall starting mining gas right now. And the third base in this location. I think this location and this location, both of them are good for the third expansion, but if you usually you want to be able to defend in the open area, where this expansion forces you to fight in the bridges and small chokes. So if we will come to the situation where Protoss will push out with a couple of Zealots and a couple of High Templars and you don't have Lurkers yet, you base your defense on the Hydra dodges and Hydra micro, and in this open area it's simply easier to dodge the storms and to escape from the Zealots. So it has some benefits to expand on the left side. You can see Squall is trying to block the proc. Very nice micro from this player. Look at that. Ooh, this is a Pro League player level of drone control. And we will have 9073. So actually this probe scout deny is more important than Dreamer thinks. Oh, let's boost our stream to the main page, right? Thank you, Mr. Manu. I think Mr. Manu has sponsored this rocket with plenty of points or like mana he generated over here. Thank you very much. So we will do it right now. Let's see how it will work. So speed for the Hydras is done. And we will have the Corsair from Dreamer, so he will be able to scout whether it's just a push to kill the Forge to deny the +1 weapon, or it's a fake push, or it's a bust. We will see a lot of links from Squall. He don't want to show the links because he don't want to show that there is no speed. I like this play from him. We will have very fast Templar Archives from Dreamer. He already has the second cannon, but the Hydras are already on top of his natural. So with this Corsair, he is choosing to go directly to the main base, so he will miss most of the Hydras. Now he will see the Hydra, or not. Yes, he did it. He seen it, so very good reaction from our Protoss player. If he wouldn't see that and if he wouldn't add those, it could have been very, very bad. And now Squall will realize, okay, so you know that I'm going for it, so let's see if he will switch for the drones now. I'm pretty sure that he will add the 5th hatchery with this surface. He's going for the bust, and very nicely done. He's target firing the cannons because cannons are taking the full damage from the Hydralisk, where Zealots are taking only the half damage because those are the small units, so you need to target fire the cannons first, and now he will be able to force additional cannons. I think those 3 cannons position is good enough for Dreamer to hold this attack. Of course, if Squall will want to pull the trigger and continue this harassment, continue this attack, it might begin nasty. He will snipe the High Templar, which is nice. So Squall is supply blocked, so nice work with the Corsairs. The storm will be done soon, but I feel like the damage has been done. You can see that Squall is continuously building the Hydra, so he don't want to allow Dreamer to play back to this game because the Pro number is relatively healthy for the Protoss. He don't have a Forge, so to build more cannons, so that's a little bit bad for him, but I feel like the number of Hydras should be good enough to bust it when he will do it. Obviously the Storm might be crucial, but there is no units which will tank damage from the Hydras. So now Squall needs to decide when he wants to attack, what's the moment to do it, and when he will do it, ooh, Storm from the Dreamer might force the attack, and actually it would be much better to Storm now because you either dodge it or you lose the Hydras, but so that Storm was a little bit preemptive. We will have a second Storm now, but it looks like it's not enough, and it looks like Mr. Dreamer will be eliminated from BSL Season 15 in the loser bracket round 2. The Squall from Spain. I hope you enjoyed. So the nerves the nerves are there, so you can see that there was some stake in this game, and he was a little bit nervous that Squall played 1973. He didn't wanted him to he wanted to play a normal game, but it didn't work, and I don't blame Mr. Squall. If Protoss is greedy, you need to punish it. So we can see Squall going to the second round. The third round actually of the loser bracket, and he will face Radley in the quarterfinals of loser bracket. It's going to be casted on Tuesday on 8 PM same time. But now we're going to have Tama, aka Father Toss, versus Izu. So the Czech Republic player versus Russian Protoss. Czech Republic there versus Russian Protoss. Let me see, where do I have Mr. Tama? So this is the first time for Mr. Tama to play the BSL GosuLeague. The score is obviously 0-0. Excuse me for not changing it. So score is 0-0. It's best of 5 guys. Both players are in the CWT team. So that's a new team of, for example, Dawid. So that's nice, I think. That's nice team, so both players very good. Izu was playing in a BSL GosuLeague in a previous season, BSL 10, 11, 12 and 13. He lost in the round of 22, but he qualified, so that's huge respect. The first map is going to be Longinus, and Tama is the one who eliminated Squall from the winner bracket. So that's nice. I think that's very that shows how good of a player he is. Mr. Roman Kuidia versus Ivo Chumensky or Chumensky. So that's interesting. The map is going to be Longinus. As I said, this is a little bit old school map. You can check it out now. So it's 3-player map. It's an old school map, but I think it plays pretty funny to today's meta. Because there is a double gas base, which might have a little bit different idea how to use those days compared to the back in the days. It's going to be best of 5, so let's get to the first game between Tama, aka Fathertos, versus Izu. It's going to be on Longinus. Okie dokie, so spawning on the right side of the Longinus on 3 o'clock position we have Fathertos, and on the 6-ish o'clock position on the bottom side of Longinus we have Izu. I was saying it multiple times, but I don't think it's bad to say it again. Longinus is a very good Protoss map. So I don't know how it ended up to start on Longinus. It's a good Protoss map because, as you can see, we have a mineral field with 500 minerals. This is additional mineral field. Usually on the maps we have only 9 mineral fields in the main base and 7 mineral fields in expansion. On Longinus we have 10 mineral fields in the main base and 8 mineral fields in the expansion, so it benefits Protoss because Protoss usually has more workers in the early stage of the game. And it's not Squall, it's Tama versus Izu. And Izu Gateway, starting with Gateway first, this is a questionable Gateway decision. If I would see Gateway in this position, I would expect double Gateway, because you usually want to put Gateway, because how Protoss buildings works, the tight wall-in with the Forge is, when you have Forge, the Gateway needs to touch the Forge from the top, and then it's link tight. If he will play Forge over here, then the links will be able to run by between those buildings. So, but maybe he will place the Forge over here and he will have one gap, so it might be similar outcome actually on this map. But maybe it will be easier to defend this Forge being here with the cannons here, so maybe that's actually a good decision by Mr. Fathertos. The drone is trying to slow down the Zealot, because you can see that pool is not done, so this Zealot might deal some damage to the drones. And it looks like Izu is going for the third base, but in the natural of the third respawn, so that's pretty interesting. That's hard build to pull off, but very powerful, especially on this map. Oh no, he's going for the third base, but over here, that's very interesting. It will be far away to send reinforcements there. But we can see that, oh, nice catch on the one probe by Tama. The second drone, oh, the second drone is dying, so Tama with the incredible micro over here, destroying the economy of Izu. But he lost the Zealot, but for the 2 drones, you take this trade every time. And we can see that more Zealots are being built. He's sending the probe to scout. He don't want to be surprised with some kind of 9073. Obviously, it will be slowed down right now. If you want to do the 9073, you can also go for 9071 and simply skip those 2 drones to have a similar timing of the Hydras, but then you are lacking some drones to build the Hydras later, and you most probably you won't have money for the 4th hatch. And Tama will scout this 9 o'clock base, so he will know where the 3rd base of the Zerg is. And we can see that the Hydra then is in production, so it will be 9073 from Izu. Let's look what will be the reaction from the Fathertos. The probe is still scouting. Izu thought that it's hidden over here, maybe he thought that he's cannon rushing this expansion, but Tama simply scouted whether nothing is here, and he will probably go to the natural base of Izu. We have 6 drones here and 9 drones here, and one drone is here, so he skipped those 2 drones just to have the good timing of the Hydra push. I actually like it. He don't necessarily have to build... Oh, now he's adding some extra drones. But he don't necessarily have to build like bazillion of Hydras. He can build like 5 just to snipe the Forge and out-micro the Zealots. But Father knows the timings, and he will be able to scout the Hydralisk with the probe, so he knows what's going on. I don't know whether he wants to push after seeing that. The speed for the Hydras will be done soon, so when it will be like 5 Hydras, you can out-micro the Zealot, but on the other hand, if Father will split the Zealots, it will be much harder to micro it. And if he will get to this base before Izu will realize, the damage might be huge. And some extra cannons from Father Doors. And skipping Stargate, that's interesting, but maybe this is a good map to do it, because you will be able to put a Summoning unit from those 2 bases that maybe you don't need Corsairs, maybe you will simply be able to hold potential mutas with the Goon. But very nice micro from Izu, not losing even a single Hydralist to those Zealots. But you can see how much time Father Tos is buying with those 4 Zealots. He bought more time than I expected, and he will be able probably to even kill a couple of drones. Nice pull from the Izu, but all those drones are not mining now. Here is a Gosu Darks. This is a real Gosu Dark, or it's I don't think real Gosu Dark would say that, right? Because he's a Protoss. You can see that he's trying to skip the +1, but it's done. It's like cancelled, and he's upgrading it here. So Father does very nice, not mining gas. This is a moment where you need to focus on defending. All the Hydras are being pulled by 1 Zealot, so this is a great done by Father Dos. Now this Link will be able to finish the Zealot. Nicely done, but the 4th will be done. He forced some cannons. Now he will be able to transition into the macro play. The 4th hatch is on the way. Probably the 5th hatch will be built in this expansion. He is doing that. Some links just to scout, and a lot of Hydras actually has been built, so Father is building additional 1 cannon and pylon over here, because this was Artosis pylon. And more drones from Izu right now. He is not morphing. Oh, just started layer, because there will be a moment where you will need to have Overlord speed, because Protoss eventually will break out this contain, and when he break out this contain, you want to have speed overloads against Dark Templars. The Templar archives is done. He just started mining gas. He has healthy probe number, but also the drone number from Izu is healthy enough. 6 hatch even being added, probably evolution chamber. Yeah, it's even done. +1 weapon is on the way. So now I think it's a good moment to maybe start to pump a little bit more Hydras, just to keep Protoss in the base. And when he will do it, he will have enough time, I think, to maybe make a contain out of the Lurkers. We have a 2nd evolution chamber. Speed for the Overlords and Lurker aspect is available for him after the layer is done. Double fort by Father Toss. Mr. Fear from Team CWT is cheering for his both players. And the Spire. Choice with the Spire. My beautiful wife is here and supporting me as always. Thank you. Yesterday we had a 3rd anniversary with Karocha. So 3rd anniversary of marriage. And we are 13 years and 11 months together. In August we will have 14 years together, so these 3 years of marriage looks small, but actually marriage changed a lot, so... I mean, changed a lot. I think it's even better after that. So if you are thinking whether to do it or not, actually I will not say it to you, so So he will not kill me when when he will be unhappy. So we have no lurkers because Izu decides to go for the mutas. I like this choice, but he needs to survive the initial push, and this is the moment where he wants to buy a lot of time with those Hydras because the number of zealots is high enough to push those Hydras away, especially with the High Templars. So his base idea to defend it is to build mutas, just to snipe those High Templars. The timing of the mutas should be good enough because he already has money to build it. Ooh, nice micro from Izu to snipe one High Templar, maybe even two. Maybe even two. Maybe, baby. One shot away from dying. But the macro from Izu is very good. 92 supply, 95 supply compared to 111. And with those mutas, he will be able to defend the zealots. The Dark Archon has been added by Father because this is very sober. Not, I don't know how to say. But this is a very nice play because he knows that there is no defense against the mutas. So Dark Archon will be a good defense in case there will be a muta switch. And I really like this muta switch because Izu didn't see the Corsairs, so muta is the best way to punish it. Father is trying to buy as much time as possible with those zealots. He's even sending more to the natural of Izu. So Izu needs to be careful because those zealots are very powerful. Those are 1-1 zealots. But he's microing very nicely over here and he's cancelling the expansion, the third base of Father. But those zealots, look at that, 6 kills, very nice value out of it. So even fighting on below, under the mutas is a powerful thing. His zealots are powerful units. And he will be able to kill the gas, maybe? Lady Jessie is saying that Fathertos has too high APM for Protoss. Yeah, I believe that's true, but maybe he will be like one of the best Protoss players because the best Protoss players in BSL has around 250 APM. Bonnie and Dawid are both. Maybe Dawid has a little bit higher APM than Bonnie, but both around 250. Okay, we have nice harassment from Izu. I think Fathertos is not showing the Dark Archon because he wants to catch it and storm it. You don't want to simply catch it and like poke it with the goons because you will never kill 11 mutas with coupled with the goons. I think Bonnie is around 220, I would say. Nice micro, killing 2 goons. So 113 supply to 95 for Izu. So Izu is playing very nice game, and he's dodging the Dark Archon and second storm. He's killing all the mutas. Oh my god, my Zerg heart is broken, but you can see that still the supply advantage for the Zerg. So very nice game out of Izu. Only 39 props from Fathertos. But he's not building more. I think it might be a good decision to just try to push it on 40. He will have a couple more storms, 2 actually more only. There will be a third one here, but there are lurkers there and I don't see, the Robo is halfway done, so I don't see him being able to block this expansion. Nice zoning out storm, but the lurkers are dealing a lot of damage. Third storm as well, so very nice micro. Very nice storms, but also good micro from Izu. I think it was a good engagement from him. Yeah, Mr. Gigi, exactly. I think Bonnie, and when the action is happening, he can have around 300 as well. So, like, but his base APM, I would say, is around 220, 230, maybe 250. Depends on the matchup. More goons. The probes are not being produced, so Izu has a like 20 drones advantage, so the army should be relatively similar. I think he's aware that the ops there is very late. So he wants to deny this expansion. If he will do it again, it will be great for him because he also has his own mineral only. His upgrade should be really good. It's 2-1 already. Oh my god, 2 soon in 15 minutes. That's incredibly good upgrades for Izu. So even though that Protoss is upgrading on 2 forges, Izu still will have a little bit advantage on the macro, or on the upgrades, and if he will have good macro, those units will be so powerful. There is no High Templars in this mineral only goons. Nice arc from Father Toss. If Izu would pull the trigger now, it would be great for him. There are no High Templars for Father Toss, so this army... I mean, the Lurkers and Hydras are very efficient. Obviously, killing the Lurkers for free is great, but it's not going to be for free. It's a lot of damage to those units, and the Observer is not here. So much damage done by those Lurkers. 2-2 army, and this army from Protoss is badly weakened. But forward base, I really like this forward base. This is what Father Toss needs to do. He needs to be defensive, he needs to add some probes and try to be like hold this game on High Templars and start to produce a lot of valuable units from 4 extractors. But he simply don't have probes to saturate all those bases. He sent the probes from the main base already, so when the main base will be mined out, he will send more of them to the forward base. So actually there will be some probes over there. So it doesn't look that terrible actually for now, but it's still like 63 drones to 39 probes. Very good. Maybe even... you can say too many drones, right? And huge attack coming from Izu, but there will be 3 High Templars with the energy upgrade. They will have energy for the storm. Some zealots sent over here just to deny this expansion, and the rest of the army will try to defend this attack from Izu. The storms will be crucial. There will be only 3 lurkers right now. Very nice storms from Father Toss. But it looks like this is just too much of a Zerg, right? Maybe it will be close, but it looks like it's too much of a Zerg. The probes are falling. The goons should be able to survive if he will go on the high ground of the forward base. So he can simply sacrifice this base just to stay in this game. He is target firing the Nexus. He is macroing very nicely. He has the macro hatch in the base, in the main base. The victory for Father Toss, the small victory, is that he is able to... he was able to deny the top left expansion. Plus 2 car base, and more upgrades are on the way. He needs Hive to use the second evolution chamber because he already has all the Hydra upgrades which are available on layer. And now more lurkers from Izu. The lurkers are dealing so much damage. This is 3-2 upgrades of Protoss, so it's not bad upgrades. It's simply just... it looks like the macro of a Zerg is just too powerful for the moment. Obviously, when he will start mining from 2 assimilators, he will have a lot of gas to add more High Templars and have a little bit more cost-effective trades. Izu is trying to take this base, but if this game will stabilize on 4 base versus 4 base, it will be good for the Protoss, but he's lacking probes. Maybe not lacking probes because he still has... he will be mined out in the natural soon. So it's not the end of the game. It's not the end of the war. Two 1 upgrades on the links. Even 2-2, so Izu is very nicely building additional upgrades and constantly pressuring Father Toss, sniping the High Templars before they were able to cast the storm, so also nice that the DT will be able to block this mineral only, but the army of Izu looks a little bit too powerful. There will be Dark Templar on the ramp to block this attack, but I think... oh, he's not seeing it with the Overload yet. Maybe Izu is like thinking, okay, I can play this game with you having this base. I will take 2 more instead of that and continue where you have your own production. This is also the way to do it, but this is 3-to-1 upgrades already for Tama. So he's fighting very nicely. He's trying to come back. Nice storm. Nice trade from Protoss. But look at their production, it's so incredible. Adrenaline is on the way. And in Longinus, it looks like CVT Izu had planned for this match, and he's realizing it, he's executing it. Thank you, Mr. Fear, for those points, for this mana. Nice snipe on the High Templar. Paździor is not mining with the 4th gas, or like I should say, probably because this is the moment where, yeah, he will be mined out in a while here. The upgrade of Protoss are great, so it might be the last chance for him to have reasonable trade. I like that he has a lot of High Templars, but yeah, the trades of Izu aren't bad now. He's forcing out of Storms. There will be 4 Archons, okay, so this will be powerful, but only 1 High Templar for now. There are some High Templars in production. He's still not mining gas over here. Izu very, very smartly lowering the number of boons, but those Archons are able to tank so many shots. And Izu already mining over here. There will be 4 Zealots to block this expansion, so nice job by Paździor. He has, you can see that he hasn't given up yet. He's fighting as good as he can. And Izu is mined out in the main and natural already. So mineral only, 2 mineral onlys and 9 o'clock base will be left for him. But the Filer is here already, and under the Swarm, Lurkers are OP against Protoss because only Storm and Dragoons can deal damage to them. Some damage also is done by the Archons, but it's not that big. So, but Paździor was able to equalize the number of supply, and he has a 20 workers deficit, so actually he has a army supply advantage. His upgrades are great, so if he will be able to push out and take this expansion at the same time, maybe there is a hope for him. Obviously, the upgrades, the +3 Kuipers will be done soon, so now the links aren't that effective as they could be. The Plague is not done, I think. This base is undefended, so if Paździor will be able to break this base, it will be incredible. There is a shuttle in the main base. We can see that 4 Zealots has been dropped over there. It might be also very important to like try to kill this pool, and he's doing that. So we can see that army control of Paździor is very, very good. There are no High Templars with this army, but Izu isn't able to make one huge attack to crash this army. There are some reinforcing Zealots and High Templars. And we can see that somehow Izu is falling apart. I can't believe that Paździor will be able to come back to this game. The power of the Longinus, but actually he's not using the power of Longinus because he's not mining gas over here, but we will have drop over here. So that's the idea for Izu to come back to this game, but unfortunately he can't build units anymore. He can build all the mutas now. So Izu with the critical mistake in this game, sending a little bit too many units. But it might be closed actually, because Paździor will not mine now. He will have only this mineral only. The both gases will be depleted. But actually, Izu is only mining now from the mineral only over here. So it will be mineral only versus mineral only, and huge army for the Protoss, huge well upgraded army for the Protoss. The drones are not that good, so he didn't utilize the Swarm, he didn't utilize the Plague, and I think that's why he lost the game. Also the fact that those 4 Zealots were able to kill the spawning, all the main base and this base. And still 4 Zelos are alive. So that's beautiful comeback by our Protoss player. Incredible comeback. I thought that this game is uncomebackable, but it turned out that he did it. So nicely done. GG. And we have one our lead for Tama aka Fatherless. The winner of Tama versus Izu will go and play Hayek in the winner bracket finals. Hayek won with Bradley and with Herbmon, but Herbmon looks very strong. So actually we have very strong players in the lower bracket as well. So loser of Tama versus Izu will play against Herbmon. And then the second match will be Bradley versus Squall. So we need to remember that this is best of 5, so this is not the end of the world to be one game behind. But still, this is a game which Izu definitely should win. He had incredible advantage. He had this game, but he wasn't able to win the game till the end. And Fathertoss showing why he's the Fathertoss. He can teach us. He can be our guide. But Izu also showed some nice macro. Both players around 2200, around 2300 MMR. And next map is going to be New Polyport aka Vermeer. So let's get to the second game of our second match of today's cast. Izu versus Tama on Vermeer. Okay, so spawning on the top right we have Czech Republic Zerg player Izu, and on the bottom right we have a Russian Protoss Fathertoss aka Tama. I thought it's 9 pull, but no. Okay, so we'll have 12 hatch again, and this time Fathertoss will be able to block the hatcher with the probe. Maybe actually not, it will be close. Depends how quickly Izu will build the hatchery. Actually it's a well time, but he should know that this is a gateway first after the scouting time. And he will also scout it in a while. So I like that he's sending the drone just to block the Zealot, I think. Oh, but the pull will be badly delayed. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Oh no, he's going for free hatch? Okay, he's not going for free hatch because he's seen the gateway first, but this pull is badly delayed. So he didn't know what's going on after the scout of the probe timing. So he's sending drone just to block the Zealot. I really like this move. This is what you need to do. If you are behind, you need to do it. And is the drone a meat or is it a seafood? So Fathertoss is not... he doesn't care about the about the drone. There will be even the second one. Try to block it. I like this choice from him. He can't lose it, but you can see that he bought additional seconds over here. It's still some time, but he already bought a little bit, so maybe he will not. Last game he lost 2. Okay, now he lost 1 drone already. And I think he should lose like 2 more or be forced to pull all the drones. This is a huge damage done by Fathercross already. Nice micro, pulling 1 damage drone. So very nice micro, very nice pull by Izu. But the second Zealot is killing the drones in the natural, so 2 drones are falling. Very nice position over here. With the Zealot. Zoning those 3 Zealots out and having a better trade, and additional drones are popping from the natural, so those are not links. And this is great for Protoss, very good trade on this one Zealot, very good trade on this one Zealot. At the same time, we can see that Nexus is done, he's going for the gas before the cannon, he's going for cybernetic core before the cannon, so that's incredible. And he even killed all the links, so now Izu is forced to build more and more links. Was forced to build more and more links. I don't think he needs to surround it. But 2 more Zealots are coming. He's not seeing that with the Overlord because Overlord is in the main base. So he can only see the timing of the cybernetic core. So I'm assuming he will want. Third base is just planted. This is so late. So the damage by Fathercross is incredible, and we need to remember Fathercross is the guy who eliminated Squall from the winner bracket, so his PvZ is incredibly strong. We seen it in the first game on Longinus when we had like 120 to 70 supply advantage for Izu at some point, like 5 bases to Fathercross mining only on 39 probes, but he still was able to win this game. Nice micro from Izu, saving this 1 link. Everything matter, every small thing matter. I wonder how much probe did Fathercross cut just to make this aggression. I think not too many, but he cut a few for sure. And this is a tight wall when he will have Zealot here, so mass links shouldn't be able to kill him. But only on 1 cannon. You can try to go for mass links and kill the gateway. That's why I like the gateway position right here. Like if the forge will be 1 pixel to the right, there will be bigger surface area over the gateway. And no +1 weapon, simply because he's seen how much damage he dealt, so he knows that there is no chance that Izu will go for the Scourges, for the Spire to defend the Overlords. So yeah, the Hydra then will be necessary for him. So that's why he's not building +1 weapon. He will probably want to scout with this Corsair. Maybe he will add the second one just to kill the lonely Overlords in the middle of the map. But I like that he's sending first Corsair to the main base just to scout what's going on. And he's using the path where the units would use to come to his base. So he should be relatively safe. Right now he should feel relatively safe. But this safety cannon is not bad. Templar archives relatively quickly. I think this is the position where you need to have 4 probes in the gas. Because right now, look at that. This is the moment where you are missing some gas mining. Oh, Mr. Manu! Technically slow. Thank you for the support, my friend. So we have more Corsairs, like 1 Corsair and no more Corsairs, and more Hydras from Izu to force some cannons. There is no +1 yet, so those things should have pretty good trade against the Zero. Nice catch on this 1-0, damaging few of them, and I think Fathercross might feel pressured right now. Maybe it's even possible to cancel this, to kill this fort before the +1 will be done. He went for very fast Templar archives, so he wants to have high Templar. There will be DT, but there is Overlord as well, so somehow Izu is able to apply some pressure, even though the damage at the beginning was so huge. The DT will be out just in time. I wonder how long until the speed for the Zealots. It's just started, so the Forge might go down actually. He will probably use the Zealots just to tank some damage. But if he will kill this +1, it will be incredible. Ooh, but this is sneaky build by Fathertos. It will be close, it will be very close, very, very close. And no +1. So nicely done by Izu. This is the victory he needed. He has Overlord in the main base. The question is, will he realize that his drones are dying? And even if he will realize very quickly, it will be a lot of money, time lost. So I think it would be good for Father to maybe try to stand closer to the main base to kill this Overlord. But still the damage has been done. 4 drones actually is good enough. And he will be able to evacuate, to escape with this Dark Templar, so he's respecting every single unit. We have 5th hatch and +1 weapon. And now he will be able to harass the fort base. Because there are no units there. At the same time, Templars are gathering energy. So when he will move out, he will be able to have like 8 storms. And again, this Dark Templar 7 drones. Ooh, I thought that Izu didn't realize what's going on. So this is a constant harassment from Fathertos. Why he built up the very high probe number? Not very high, this is simply healthy. This is the amount of probes you want to have on 2 bases. And I think this is the moment where you'll stop producing probes until you will expand and focus on producing units. Because usually Zerg is building out of Hydras because he wants to prevent Protoss from taking a 3rd base, and this is what Izu is doing. Maybe this is what he's aiming for. And we will have some storm, but there are some Hydras to intercept it, so it might be possible that it will be very good defense from Izu. But actually it was a very good call from Izu, but the harassment has been done, a couple of drones has been killed, but he didn't lose as many as he could. And this 3rd base is unscouted. He should be able to deny? No, I don't know actually. He's not doing it. He could do it simply with the links, but maybe he wants to catch the High Templars, that's why he moved back. It's still not the end of the world for the Zerg, but I think he needs some kind of Mutas to come back and do some damage with them, because he might be able to defend this push with the good dodges. But actually it will be 1-1 Zealots in a few seconds. And 0-0 Hydras, so I'm wondering. I think this is enough Zealots actually. Oh, with this storm weakening all the Hydras. And again, and he also has Observer, even Observer. So Lurker aspect is not even being researched, I think. I like that he's trying to save the Archon. There is no reason to rush. There are reinforcements coming, so he will have very powerful push power with the Archon and reinforcing Zealots. +1 weapon for the Hydras is done, but it's 1-1 on those units from Fathertos. He already has the 3rd base, he's already transferring probes and he's building more. You can see that he has 55 now. And GG from Izu, and Fathertos is advancing to winning to 0, because this is best of 5. Look at that, boys and girls. This is the bracket. Winner of this best of 5 will play against Hayek in upper bracket finals, in a winner bracket finals, and it's going to be today as well. So that's very interesting. We already have 2-0 lead for Tama, aka Father Toss. The next map is going to be 2-player map. It's going to be Overwatch. So let's get to the third game between Father Toss and Iso. Obviously, even if Izu will lose this game, he is not eliminated. He will play against Herbmon in the loser bracket. Yeah. This time Izu decides to go for the spawning pool first. This is over pool, I think. So the probe timing will be good enough to block the hatchery. And guys, if you are not playing, BSL 2 vs 2 Pro League is still on. The ladder stage on Shield Battery is still on. So go download Shield Battery, sign up on our webpage and play. Because there's $1,000 prize pool. That's why we also cast GosuLeague on Trovo, because Trovo supported us to organize this BSL 2 vs 2. And the part of the deal was that we have to cast BSL GosuLeague over here as well. So please sign up if you like 2 vs 2, because it's open for everyone. It's for free. And the third base for Izu. This time, look at that. Last game he had a third base on 4:30, something like that. This game he has it around 3 minutes, so it's totally different. But still, Izu was able to play a good game after such a bad beginning. Such an unlucky beginning, let's call it. Actually, he was lucky that he scouted Father Toss with the Overlord, because if he would go for free hatch blindly, he would lose very quickly. I like this run by. This is how you can push, how you can punish the Protoss, but if you don't have excellent control and if you lose those links immediately, then the counter attack might kill you, because you don't have too many larvas to spend, so you can simply build as many units as you want, but this is beautiful damage done by Izu already. So Father Toss is falling apart in this game. We have the equal number of workers right now, so this is great opening for the Zerg, and he is microing as good as he can over here. Nice probe drill, but all those probes weren't mining. He's not mining in the natural, so his income is very low. So he might not even have money for the cannons, but at some point Izu will be forced to... Ooh, nice probe deny, the scouting deny. At some point Izu will be forced to build some links to defend the Zealot aggression, which is coming out now. But he already drawn up pretty heavily. He is building links already. He went for the layer first, but there is no cybernetic core done yet, so this is a very good game for Izu for now. Nice APM, nice multitasking as well. He is able to keep all those links in the base. He has enough links to defend, exactly enough links to defend those 3 zealots, and he will have like around 4 links left after this engagement, so it will be good for him. I like that Father Toss is waiting for the good moment to attack, but I think those links, if they will fight against those zealots in the open field, yeah, it will be very, very good for the links. And even one wounded zealot wasn't helping Father Toss. I like this micro that he put him back, and the healthy zealot was taking damage. One drone is falling. Nice damage. I wonder how long until the link speed. Okay, so link speed will be done in a second. So now those links are much more powerful. He might even force the cannon in the main base just to prevent damage done by those links. Actually, he can win with the links now, right? Yes, he can do it. He can definitely do it. He will go for it, and he's doing it. Very nicely done by Izu, finding a weak point of the Father Toss. Nice micro from Father Toss, pulling the probes. The cannon is not done. The zealot might actually save him. The Zerlings are so stupid when they are not when they are not controlled. So actually that was a very nice hold by Father Toss. That was the hold that might bring him to this game, bring him back to this game, because he's having the Corsair already. Obviously the Spire is done, but those links should kill him, and that was pretty big investment from Izu. It could have been 10 drones, for example. So that's the beginning of that's the beginning if Father doesn't want to come back to this game. This is the 4th and 5th hatchery, and some mutas are done. Nice run by of the links. He might even, if he would go for the cannon, he might have chance to weaken it the way that the mutas later would be able to jump on top of it. We can see more mutas, no carapace yet, but more mutas, and he's mining with 2 extractors. So I'm assuming he will want to jump on top of the main base of Father Toss. Nice harassment. Look at that, one zealot pulling all the drones. So zealots are so powerful. And more Corsair and +1 weapon will be done soon. Father Toss is not overreacting. Like, actually I'm afraid that his reaction is not. He's not respecting mutas enough, I would say. I think the 2nd cannon in the main base is necessary. But on the other hand, you need to cut the corners somewhere. You know that you are behind, so maybe you have, like, he's basing his game on the expectation that Izu will not jump into the main base. But now the Hydra production will begin, I assume. Nice harassment, lowering the number of probes. 6 hatch, +1 weapon will be started soon. So you don't even need those Sunkens, but I guess this is the power of the habits, that you are building 1 Sunken in each base. DTs are good units to come back to the game as well, so maybe this is why Father Toss invested into them. Because he has only one gateway, right? So he could as well build a High Templar, but to defend the Mutas, because he's researching Storm. But now Izu, he's having a lot of Scourges actually, much more than I expected. But there are 6 Corsairs, so Father Toss, nice micro, target firing the other Corsairs. Now they will die in a blink of an eye. But what he will do against the Hydras, I'm wondering. Because once the overload speed will be done, it will be a push time for the Zerg. And the Hydras might be a little bit too powerful when you don't have Storms and Cannons. Just Zealots are not enough, so he invested a lot of money into the Corsairs, which I understand because there were a lot of... Ooh, but now the Scourges are very nicely spread and they were able to regenerate. So now I think it's a good idea to escape to the Cannons. If he would kill the only Overload, it would be great for this Dark Templar. But this is also nice wall-in from the Zerg. Ooh, some Corsair connection. DT has been picked off, the overload speed is done. Range for the Hydras is done, +1 weapon is done almost, so I think with +1 it will be a good moment to try to, I'm not saying push to the natural, but force Protoss to build additional cannons. And this is Arthos's pylon, guys. So now it's not going to be, but yeah, it's possible to snipe it. And those Mutas will have option to jump on top of the High Templars. Scourges will buy some time. And forward base from Izu at the same time. So Izu is playing a good game. He played a beautiful game on Longinus until the moment somehow Father Toss was able to come back. And he's just playing this very slowly. Maybe he don't want to lose the game as he lost it on Longinus, where he was over-aggressive. So this game, when he has advantage, he wants to simply be defensive, like make the advantage bigger by simply expanding and teching, making upgrades. +2 weapon is on the way. I like this egg over here, but the number of units from Zerg is incredible. On the other hand, it's really hard to push to pull the Protoss over this bridge, and this area is also not very wide. Oh, but all the Zealots will be picked off. And this is the Brave expansion. Oh, this is the Zerg type expansion against Terran. When you are Zerg versus Terran and when you are behind, you are building 2 expansions and expecting that one of them will survive. There will be like 10 storms available. I wonder whether the amulet, yeah, amulet is being researched. The Corsairs will deal with the Mutas, so this is a small victory for the Protoss, but nice pickup by the Izu. He will pick 2 High Templars, 3 High Templars even, so only 3 storms are left for now. For Protoss. But still, winning the battle against Mutas with the Corsairs is huge. Nice snipe by Izu on the high temper, but beautiful storm by Padeltos before the high tempers are dying, but on the other hand, the number of units from the Zerg is simply too big, and he will be able to deny this 12 o'clock base from Padeltos and take the game. GG and congratulations for Izu. Yes, guys. Oh, I should give you some music, right? This is a good battle. Two to one. The map for the fourth game actually between Tama and Izu is going to be Gladiator. So I would say that this is a good map for the Zerg. So that might be a good map to tie up the score, because this is the best of 5. This is the winner bracket semifinals. Winner of this match would play in the finals of winner bracket against Hayek. So let's get to the fourth game between Izu and Padeltos on Gladiator. I'm wondering what will be the wall in with the pylon placement. This is a very weird pylon placement, but maybe I don't see it somehow. Oh, this is the forge placement. So it's going to be gateway only? Maybe this is actually maybe smart from Padeltos, because he wants to have enough space for the cannons in case of 1973. And his forge will not be picked by the Hydras. Oh, this is interesting third base placement, because you have the option to build it here and here. This way you have a little bit more natural path to your natural. But it's also good as well, this expansion. Maybe it will be easier to take this base as a fifth one, so it's still manageable. Okay, so we'll have cannon. I think it will be just in time. The probe will confirm the third base location. And the cannon is done, but a lot of probe has been pulled. I'm always questioning, whether it's better to build 2 cannons and not pull probes, or pull 5 probes at this stage. Maybe it's actually not the end of the world because the Nexus is so quick that you will be able to send those probes to fight, to mine from the Nexus in the natural. And I'm pretty sure this is 9073 man. Maybe not in cross position, but actually this wall-in looks like a noobish wall-in, but it has the double inside, double knowledge inside. This way there is a lot of cannon space, and the forge will survive in case of exactly this. So this is great mind play. And what Father wants to do, he wants to keep this probe alive until 5th minute of the game. Because on 5th minute of the game, usually if you are going layer, you have the speed for the links. So if there will be no speed for the links in 40 seconds, maybe 50 seconds, maybe let's say 5-10, then it means that it's a Hydra Blast. Ooh, but okay, so the Zealot might confirm it as well. So he's going for the Stargate. Like, if it's tied here, it's not the worst worry, but I'm pretty sure it's not tied here. Like, if it's tied here, then I don't know. Ooh, but this Zealot was able to sneak in, so all those drones will not be mining. Okay, so he wants to build a Hydra here. Oh, nicely done. Look at this hero drone. Look at the range of the drone shoot. I didn't even know that drone can shoot to this range. I should involve that knowledge into my micromanagement. Corsair and +1 weapon for the ground units. Very standard play. This is Artosis Pylon, so adding an additional one is always good. And I think everything works well for Padertos for now, because he will be able to harass this expansion again. So that's beautifully done by him. And there is no forge to pick up, so yeah, he can simply add the cannons. He has still plenty more rooms if he wants to add additional ones. He will be able to scout with the Corsair case. He sees additional Hydras are in production, additional Hydras are in production here. So he should know what's going on. He should be able to tech into the Templar archives very quickly. And this Zealot should finish just in time. Finding a Lonely Overlord and picking it, it's great. He will supply block. Izu is just adding the 4th hatchery. Maybe even with this supply block he will add the 5th one. Let's see what will be his reaction. Okay, he's droning up in the main base. And he is supply blocked right now, so this is pretty bad for the Zerg, because he will not be able to bust the Protoss. And he's not droning up, and he's badly supply blocked. So now double overload in the main base also can be picked up. But he also forced a lot of cannons. Look at the drone numbers. Because of the Zealot harassment, the third base almost wasn't mining. Look at that. This is only like 24 minerals mined, 64. This is around 200, 170, 150. This base is bad, like barely touched. So Padratos decides to go for mass zealots to defend it, not the High Templars, but the zealots, and you will be able to see, okay, so those are drones right now. I can be safe. I can feel safe. But this is how Izu played. Actually, the first game he played the Scourges, right? And this was the best game out of him, I think. So nice to see that Izu is the Czech Zerg. I don't believe we ever seen the Czech Republic representant in the Pro League, so if he will practice more, maybe he will qualify for next season. I remember that there were like Crew and Predi from Czech, very good players. I actually been on a tournament in Czech Republic, on a Romanov tournament, offline tournament. That was a pretty hardcore tournament. We got the second spot in 2 vs 2 with Jonek, and I got like pretty low in 1 vs 1, like 5th to 8th spot, something like that. I think Koget vs Mana were the finals. Nice pickup on the Corsairs, and targeting the wounded one is always good. We see the layer, but no lurker aspect being researched yet. And the number of zealots is pretty strong, but I'm wondering why Padratos is not macroing. Not much is going on right now. Okay, now he is building more zealots. So in a game on Longinus, actually it was 1973, excuse me. Yeah, it was 1973 on Longinus, but Izu was able to go for the layer, for the Spire. Oh, he's going for the Spire, the same thing as on Longinus, but somehow the timings aren't working as good as they were on Longinus against Padratos in this game. But he has plenty of Hydras, he has very healthy drone number, so I would say that this is not the end of the game for our Zerg player. This push will definitely not kill him. Nice dodge on the Storm. Second dodge. But he's fighting against the Zealots from the high ground. Some split, which should usually work for the Protoss. Oh, we have Mr. Izu coming here. Your match, Mr. Izu, is being casted. A lot of zealots, so Muta Switch actually will be very good as well. The same thing as in the Longinus game. I think the Muta Switch that changed the face of the game, because Padratos wasn't expecting them, I think. That's one weapon on the Hydras. There is only 5 Mutas so far, and Goons are in production by Tama. 2-1 upgrades will be done soon. But the macro of a Zerg isn't bad. He has healthy drone number, maybe not that healthy in the natural, but main base and the third base are relatively well saturated. Some High Templar snipes. And this is what you want to do. You want to prevent Protoss from taking a third base very quickly, but it looks like Father is in a good enough position and he has enough gauge, has good enough upgrades, good army composition to defend those attacks. But there will be also lurkers, so it's not... A previous game on Longinus we had like 10 Mutas, and he killed a lot of probes with them. but this game it was only 5, and now we have a little bit faster lurker switch. I don't see Robo, so that might be a chance for Izu. Maybe it will be drop. Look at that, he forced some additional cannons with those mutas, so that's nicely done. In the previous game, I think he also built like... In the game on Longinus, he also built like a couple of them and then added more. So that's nicely done, and let's see how the engagement will look like without the... Oh, look at this beautiful placement of the lurkers. Ooh, but the storms are good. Storms are good unit, but very nice. Burrow, but one more storms and all those lurkers will be done, but I think this is a dead ball. Beautifully done by Izu. He can't lose those lurkers, those are very powerful, very, very important. There will be only one lurker left. So, I think it wasn't a bad trade for him, it was a good trade. Fathertos is flipping on macro. He's just adding Robo, so the lurker is very, very powerful unit right now. More drones has been added by Izu. But in Longinus game, he had 2-2 upgrades on this moment of the game, but there was no zealot harassment in Longinus game, not that effective zealot harassment. Izu dealt with it much easier, much better, but in this game we can see how much the simple zealot harassment at the beginning affects the game. But we have pretty powerful attack over here. There is only one High Templar with the storms. There is Amulet already done. Nice snipe on the High Templar. But there will be 2 more storms incoming right now. So beautiful storms, but also killing all the goons is pretty powerful, because Fathertos is only on 1 base, only on 2 base mining gas, so it's not like he can rebuild the goons whenever he wants. Nice snipe on the High Templar as well. Observer is just starting, so I think he can even target fire the probes from this position, I don't know. Oh, but killing the Nexus might be great. Greatly done by Izu. But upgrades from Fathertos are incredible. It's 3-2 soon against 2-0, I assume. Yeah, 2-0 versus, and no more upgrades in those evolution chambers. He's switching to the more mutas. He had like 2 somewhere, but I think he lost them to this cannon. Killing this gas is always good. Protoss on 2 gas incomes is not as powerful as on 3. They scale up very nicely. And those upgrades are badly needed. Like, you need those upgrades. If Protoss is building upgrades from 2 forges, you need to build your upgrades as well. Because there will be a moment when there will be so many goons and so many zealots that they don't even need Storm to deal with your army. Obviously, if you have a lot of lurkers, it's a different story. But at some point, you will not have enough money to build Hydras and lurkers, and you need to switch your army composition into more Zergling heavy to be more mobile in the map. Nice harassment over here. Look at the drone number compared to the probe number. Izu is much... It was the same situation as in the Longinus game. He had much better economical situation. Nice harassment from the DT over here. But the powerful attack from Fathertos is incoming. But this is very zealot heavy and there are so many lurkers here. And Izu is macroing Mike, look at that, he's macroing mutas, he doesn't even realize the attack is going on in the natural. Oh my god, such a great attack from Fathertos. he was like, okay, you can kill 4 probes. I will kill Bazillion of Hydras and all your drones in the third base. So that was great attack and great comeback by Padigos. Still, it's the good engagement for Izu because he had so many units, but that's what was needed for Padigos, and he was able to secure this base. He will have enough probes to mine from the mineral only here and from this base once those 2 bases will be mined out. So 39 probes isn't that bad. Now he equalized the number of workers. I like that Izu is securing this base and defending it with the lurkers in case of some kind of Dark Templar or run by Zero harassment. He's lowering the number of probes, but Padigos showed to us, don't care about it. He had 39 drones, so 39 probes, so around 30 probes mining minerals, but with the nice spread on 2-3 bases. But Izu with a huge advantage again. The only advantage that Padigos has are upgrades, and he will have 3-3 soon. But Link's upgrade will be done as well, so it will be 2-1-1. So yeah, this game looks good for Izu. He just needs to hold, go for the hive, have the filer. He's just adding Queen's Nest, so it's a little bit late, but the number of lurkers is very, very high. But on the other hand, the army composition against mass lurkers is good for Padigos as well. He added some ropes, so he's mining more efficiently. Thank you, Mr. Redneck. Redneck, rather. Oh, the lurkers are powerful. Dealing so much damage. Thank you, Mr. Redneck. Again, nice, very nice support. I'm appreciating that. We will be in the space thanks to that. Not in the space, in the front page of Provo. But Mr. Manu already, I think in the last cast Mr. Manu like gave 100,000 points or something like that. Ooh, nice storm, but also nice force. He like killed 3 High Templars for like not killed, but eliminated 3 High Templars. So nicely done, but there are still 3 left with 5 storms available for Padigos. And if the engagement will happen on this front with the high ground and that many goons, that good upgrades, and a lot of storms, it might be terrible for Izu actually. I hope that he will maybe make some kind of a flank, because this is the moment where he would love to have Zerglings in his army composition. Let's look at this engagement. There are only 2 observers, a lot of lurkers, but the storms are beautiful from Padigos. Sniping the observers is always nice, but the storms are so powerful. Look at the supplies now, it's plummeting from Izu. The high ground is working very well for those goons. Padigos without the storms right now, as I was saying, there is a moment where you don't even need storm because the goons are so powerful with such a good upgrades. 3-3. There are some lurkers flanking the army of Padigos. Very nicely done by Izu, because he needs every single unit he has to defend this base, but it looks like the Protoss army is just too powerful. And there are some reinforcing units. 3 more High Templars will join those goons, and this army suddenly will become much more powerful. At the same time, Tama is securing the bottom left expansion. Those lurkers will deal a lot of damage, but GG from Izu, and Padigos is advancing to the winner bracket finals. Congratulations. So look at that, guys. Hayek versus Father Toss is going to be winner bracket finals. And Izu versus Herbmon will be lower bracket quarterfinals. So on next Thursday, I think we're gonna have Izu versus Herbmon, Riley versus Squall, and lower bracket semifinals. And on Thursday, we're gonna have finals of BSL GosuLeague. It's going to be lower bracket final and grand finals. So Tama and Craig already secured top 4 of BSL GosuLeague this season. The first match of this best of 5 actually will be casted in a while, but I will make a short break before that because I was casting those 2 matches in a row, so I'm casting for like 2 hours without stop on my own. So I need like 5-minute break to go to the toilet, drink some water, give some kisses to Karolcha, and do some stretching. Do the same thing, guys. If you haven't signed up for the Patreon of BSL, and you can do it. If you want to donate to the prize pool of BSL, you can do it as well, because as you can see on the bottom over there, there is the goal, and we are looking for sponsor for BSL, and we are looking for good people like you guys to help us gather the funds. This is the minimum we need to run the tournament with the production and similar prize pool to this tournament. But if we find a sponsor, we will have higher prize pool, because this is the BSL16, this is the season finals, so that would be great. So let's get to the short break, and after that we're gonna have the winner bracket finals between Tama and Hayek. Oh, it's time for the winner bracket finals, guys. It's going to be Hayek versus Tama, aka Father Toss. Hayek seems very strong in this series. He won against Herbmon in the winner bracket round number 1, as you can see over here. So we're gonna have Tama winning with Squall and Herbmon winning with Hayek. Hayek winning with Herbmon, and then Tama winning with Izu, Hayek winning with Radley. And now Tama versus Hayek will fight who will advance to the grand finals of BSL GosuLeague season 15. The first map for the series is going to be Vermeer, as you can see over here. So let's get to the first match between Hayek and Father Toss on Vermeer. Winner of this best of 5 is going to advance to the BSL GosuLeague Grand Finals. So spawning on the top right position as a red Zerg, we are having Hayek. And spawning on the bottom right position as a blue Protoss, we are having Father Toss, aka Tama. I need to sit comfortably because this is a nice match, very good, very strong players facing each other. We've seen how powerful Father Toss is in PvZ, both in the match against Squall and Izu. But Hayek also showed us some good games in this GosuLeague. I don't think we've seen too many of ZVP of Hayek in this tournament. He was playing against Jumper and he won with the Jumper in Group A, so that's also a nice indicator that he is a strong Zerg, that he was able to win with Jumper. We know Jumper is a guy who won a couple of bitcoins back in the days, I think like 8 bitcoins, so now he will be a millionaire. Thank you, Mr. Rednick, for the follow. Guys, BSL 2 vs 2 also will be casted on this channel. So be aware, you can also sign up for BSL 2 vs 2. Right now it's still on, it's still like 3 days until the end of the ladder stage. If you are playing, please remember to be on our Discord and confirm participation. But let's look at this game, because we already see that the hatchery will be blocked by the drone. At least it looks this way. And this will be 4 links, but Hayek will scout, okay, this is gateway first. But it has huge delay already. So this probe did the job. Hayek added only 1 extra drone. You can escape with 2 sometimes, but it depends on the player. If you want to have a little bit more aggression, or maybe you want to run by with those links, sometimes you want to build more. We have very quick Nexus after 2 Zealots. And third Zealot instead of the Forge, so that's also an option. You can choose to go for the Zealot or the Forge. You can also go for the gas, cybernetic core, and no cannons, like Mini is doing it. Oh, some cancel. This is pretty late gas, I would say. But with those links, Hayek will force cannon before the cybernetic core. This is a small victory. This forge was behaving badly, so this zealot. I don't know what's the word in English. Mr. G the Goat, I think it was actually. This is ZVP day. Power Zealot's moving out, but there is 10 links already, so Hayek needs to add, I think, only like 4 more links to be able to contest those Zealots, especially that one of them is badly injured. But this is 9073. So the question is whether Father Toss will realize what kind of build order is that. He will see no speed in like now. So he should know that this is 9073. This is definitely a good trade for Hayek. Nicely done, Father Toss killed one drone. But he should know what's going on after not seeing the speed for the links. Okay, after... I think now this is the moment to start building Hydras, right? Okay, so hatchery before the Hydras. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe this is how you do it those days. Because you usually want to have Hydras to save this overload, but this overload looks like it will be too hard to save. I don't know if +1 weapon, like if Father Toss will go with +1 weapon when he will see that this is a 9073. This is a little bit more drones than 9073 actually. One more drone actually. Actually 2 because the hatchery is also in production. So those hitters will save this overload. And he cancelled +1, nicely done. This is very important to have this overload here, because if Protoss would go for immediately Templar Archives, one Dark Templar could defend this entire push. So +1 weapon will be cancelled. And this is the big question, what Zerg will do right now, whether it will be drones or Hydras. I like that Hayek is waiting till the last second to morph the larvas into something. This way, Father Toss has a pretty hard time deciding whether it's drones or Hydras, and deciding how he wants to react to it. But he killed 2 overlords actually. Additional Coaster has been killed. This is a lot of Hydras, only 5 cannons and 5 zealots. So it looks like this is a strong position for Hayek. If you want to pull the trigger and push with more Hydras, and it looks like he wants to, he will have a big chance to win this game right here, right now. Now Father Toss finally has a forges from the main base and adding more Hydras, more cannons to face the Hydras. Finding another overload, nicely done. And with those cannons, I think Father Toss should be able to defend it. Templar Archives is halfway done, so it's not like there is a big timer on Hayek. He can still produce more Hydras and attack in a while. But I think this is it. This is the moment when he wants to attack I think Paździor needs to pull the Proc. He's pulling the Proc, but there are so many Hydras. Let's see how it will look like. Paździor, it looks like he will fall. The cannons is not enough. The Hydras are dealing so much damage, and Hayek might be winning the first game and of the winner bracket of BSL GosuLeague. Paździor's GG, and we are having 1-0 lead for Hayek. Nicely done. Definitely good moment, good way to start. The map of the second game of this match is going to be Overwatch. So let's get to the second game of the winner bracket finals of BSL15 GosuLeague. So Hayek is expecting that Tama will cancel this pylon, but he needs to send the drone over here in case it's not going to be cancelled. So he will be able to place the hatchery over here. It's not cancelled, wow. The Overlord will scout that this is a gateway first, so he will know that he should build more links if he wants to apply some pressure. He can sneak in one extra drone, but last game it worked well for him to apply more pressure because he slowed down the Father's build. I like the path of movement for the Zealot. But I also like how Hayek is keeping 4 links in the base because he knows that this Zealot didn't came back with this Overlord. So he should be able to get into the main base with at least 3 links. This one Zealot is getting to the main base of Hayek. Those 3 links are so badly injured, so nicely done by Tama to weaken them. But 4 of them are in the base, so if Hayek will micro it well, he should be in good position. This Zealot will deal no damage, so actually this Gateway First is working very bad for Father Toss, and he's going for Shield Battery even, wow! No Forge, but Shield Battery and more Zealots. Nice micro from Hayek, pulling those 7 probes from mining just for some damage on the links. Double Overload even, look how intense this micro is. Like, he didn't even realize that he has built 2 Overloads, and because this game is so APM and so micro intensive, and Father Toss looks like now he is on top of his game. Look at this beautiful trade. He traded with a couple of links, now healed the Zealots, and now he can move out. So that was actually beautifully done by Father Toss. And he used the fact that the links are in the main base and that the Hayek is distracted with microing them on his advantage, so beautifully done. I think I'm having Hydra is then, but it will be scouted with this probe. So great done by Father Toss again. Maybe he will actually not scout it? There are 3 Zealots in his natural, so he needs to use all the links to fight them, to have as efficient trade as it's possible, and he will have extremely efficient trade against them. Even with the probe, those Zealots are almost dead. So the Stargate is coming just now, but the Hydra then finished. Oh, but this Zealot has 3 kills. I wonder whether it was drones. Or you don't want to transfer drones until you have this base saturated fully? But maybe he actually didn't want to show with the probe how many drones are in the natural. So maybe that's his think process. This battery is working very nicely. Actually, if there is a Hydra pass, this battery can also buy a lot of time if the Hydras are not target firing the cannons. Look at this beautiful sneaky spot for the Zealot. But this is not enough spot for the cannons now, it looks like. I think there is an option to build a wall in like over here, so you have extra row for the cannons, but it looks like Father Toss has good enough position that he will have enough Zealots to hold the Hydra push. Maybe. I think Hayek is thinking whether he wants to go for Hydras or not. He's not building anything in the main and natural. Hatchery is placed. But there will be much more Zealots this time compared to the previous game. Even +1 weapon will be done for Father Toss. So he knew how he wanted to play. That's why he put that shield battery here, because he wanted to have cybernetic core and forge in the main base. So nicely done. But it looks like he doesn't have too many cannons. Okay, +1 is done. So he wants to pull the trigger, but there are so many Zerg units right now. The shield battery is gone. The Lynx will die very quickly, but I think the Zealots will start to die relatively quickly as well. So it should be a good trade for Hayek, and once the Zealots will be down, the Cannons will have a hard time to defend all those Hydras, because the Zealot number is now very low. Very low. O, siemano Mr. Mariusz, jak tam wieku leci, co tam słychać? Oh, Mr. Tama, I think it's because the Hydras dealt damage and Lynx still bought the time. And you can see that Hayek wasn't producing drones, he has only 18 drones mining minerals, so he is like semi all-in. So in my opinion, you should wait for him to attack, but how could you know, right? But on the other hand, yeah, if you would go for Stargate, you would have less Zealots, so in theory you should be able to win this engagement. I don't know either. I think it was close. Okay, and this is pretty powerful attack with the good timing before the High Templars. And look how quickly the Zealots are dying, even with +1. This looks a little bit better than Vermeer for Red Stama, aka Father Toss, but it still looks like it will be enough Hydras, it will be closed. Though, but with the reinforcing Hydras, I think Hayek will be able to close this game. So incredibly aggressive play from him, and it's working 2 games in a row. GG from Father Tots, and we have 2-0 lead for Hayek. But it's not the end, it's best of 5, guys. So Tama still has a chance, Tama still has a possibility to come back. Just needs to play as good as he played against Squall. Maybe Hayek is very good in playing this 1973, and if Father Toss will defend it, it will be better for him, because it looks like in the mid game Father Toss is very strong, and now we're going to have a map which will be a little bit more Protoss favorite. So now the score in the winner bracket finals, we have 2-0 for Hayek. You can see this is CWT against Ash. Both players are, I don't want to offend anyone, but pretty old for the gamers. So it means that they are excellent StarCraft players, because you need to play StarCraft for at least 20 years to be a good player. It's not a game which you can learn very quickly. There are so many knowledge that you need, so much knowledge that you need to know to be very good. And the map is going to be Longinus, so very good map for the Protoss. So this is a hope for Mr. Father Toss. And let's see what will be the result of this match. This is the first match of the winner bracket finals of BSL GosuLeague Season 15. Let's get into this game. Spawning on the 3 o'clock position, directly from Russia, we have Mr. Father Toss, and spawning on 6 o'clock position, directly from Poland, we have Mr. Hayek. So. Izu showed us that he can play this map very well, and he showed us that it's possible to be in a good position in the mid game against Protoss. I wonder what will be the adjustment of Father Toss when I assume he expects that it's going to be 9073 on this map as well. So maybe going... Actually, I like Forge first on this map, because there are so many mineral paths, like 2 extra mineral paths. So having faster Nexus and being able to utilize them as a Protoss might be a good way to try to play it. And we can see that the scouting probe is there around 100, like around 120 and 25 compared to 140 if he would go for the gateway. So also Hayek wanted to hide that he built an extra drone with the extractor, I think, because this is 9 hatch. It's going to be Nexus first, so huge advantage with the build order for Fatherless. And I don't know why Hayek played 9 hatch. Maybe he was afraid of double gateway, because this is also an option on Groundinus. You can play 2 gateways, you have relatively good wall in, and you can apply a lot of pressure and still play expansion behind it. And with 9 hatch, it's easier to defend double gateway. So maybe that was his free process. He sees that this is a normal build order from Fatherless, not Gateway first. Like, Gateway first is also normal, but it's not... what I mean is he's not going for any units, so the same thing from Hayek, he is simply adding more drones, and soon it will be time for the third hatchery. The question is whether it will be here, 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 and here, because there are a couple of options. And this overload needs to escape and to the right side. And nice awareness of Hayek, what's going on. It will be mineral only, okay. So I think it's already good for Tama. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Getaway. So Father wants to keep this probe in the base for as long as it's possible. We don't see a layer. Okay, so Hydra is then again from Hayek. This time in the mineral only. So Father wants to keep this probe alive for a minute longer just to see whether there is a link speed or not. Assuming that he will not be able to get to the natural of Hayek. And this is what he's doing. He's keeping this probe for as long as possible. And going for Stargate soon. I think this is the moment when the speed would kick in if you are going for layer in the natural. And you are not going for that many links, I think. I actually don't know, but... Okay, so the fourth hatch. We have 6 drones here, 8 drones here, and 3 drones here, so we are missing like... So this is a little bit faster variant of 9073. So this is a variant which is designed to bust the Protoss when he's not aware what's going on, like, because now Fatherless is not expecting 9073, I think. I'm calling it 9073, I should call it Hydra Bust. He's not expecting Hydra Bust. And if you are playing this build, you want to build your overloads in the main base, because this is the hatcher which is furthest from your opponent. Okay, now he will scout it. So, nicely done, and killing every single drone matters a lot. On the other hand, this is enough Hydras to bust it, but I think Hayek is busy with microing at home. He is trying to bust it actually, wow! He should target fire the cannon with the Hydras, I mean, because actually it's perfectly defended by Father Sauce, so what the hell do I know? And even the Overlord might fall. Hayek is very busy with the micro. Now the Corsair is escaping, so Tama was able to save it. And with additional cannons, it will be good for Father Toss. He will have enough gas to build few High Templars in this gateway. And he's respecting the potential of the Hydra Bust, so... And we can see that Hayek barely wants to bust it, so... There is the option that Hayek will attack on it and will lose every single unit on those cannons, and it will be a great situation for Tamatos. For Tama. Kill the pylon and GG. Oh, we have a second pylon here. He's going for more Hydras even. Okay, so this upgrade is a timer. When this upgrade will be done, it will be relatively easy to defend it by Tama. So this is all in from Hayek. This is more all in than it was in the previous games. Okay, so the upgrade is done. Oh, Hayek with the nice timing, it looks like. If he will rush, if he'll do it now, there is a hope for him. There are so many cannons, you don't want to attack into that. You want to kill as many probes as possible and just drone up. I think this is still very good for Hayek if he will like build. Yeah, he's building drones, so let's look at the drone number after. We will have 30 to 33, so it's still good for Zerg. But this is A, Longinus, and B, Padratos showed us that he can come back from bad situation on this map, so definitely not the game over. He can feel safe in his natural. We have layer already, so I wonder. Oh, it's Lurker aspect, so it's going to be Lurker contained probably. This is, I assume, against some sneaky Dark Templars, but it could have been Evolution Chamber as well, so that's something good for Fathertos, that this Sunken is not needed now. But the number of drones is relatively healthy. Father decides that 40 probes is enough for now. He wants to build up the army. And the 4th base already for Hayek. But this is only 6th hatch, so it's not like it will be 7th hatch 3rd base, it's 6th hatch 3rd base, so it's not that macro intensive. And 5 gateways are working. Plus 1 weapon will be done soon. So with the good storms, Father should be able to apply good amount of pressure, because the only things that Hayek is building, like he built a couple of Hydras, but he was focusing on droning up right now, so with good storms, and there will be plenty of them, there will be 4, 5, 6, 7 storms, 8 soon available. The Lurker timing is good, but I think... okay, so... some ran by. And this DT should be able to sneak out as well. Plus 1 weapon, 2nd forge is done, so 1-1 on the way. And Hayek is not aware that those zealots... Oh, actually it's just 5 hatch, you are right, Mr. Fanatic. Okay, so this shuttle was seen. The Queen's Nest is on the way, but you are right, Mr. Fantasy. So this was only 4 hatch. And now it's going to be 5th and 6th hatch. So it's actually much better situation for Father Toss than I was aware. Carolcha is sending me something. Ooh, nice storm drop, beautiful storm drop, catching so many drones, like 12 of them or something like that. Again, beautiful storm drop, and this is how you come back to the game as a Protoss. Lowering the number of drones by the 50%. So now the contain is the only thing which is keeping Hayek alive. I like those hitters are trying to intercept those zealots, but it didn't work, and Tama was able to buy a lot of time with those zealots. And I think Hayek wants to do last Hail Mary attack. And those double High Templars are still alive. At the same time, moving out, I really like this move. Those are 0, not +1 even. He had drones only for 4 storms. Yeah, but okay, we have more storms incoming at the same time. The Zealots were able to clear this base. Hayek is pulling the trigger, but there are so many cannons there that this is a suicide. The shuttle was intercepted, so that's small victory for Hayek, but I don't think it matters that much because Tama is able to produce with 8 gateways, 1-1, 2-1 soon on versus 0-0 Zerg on 22 drones. There will be only 2 High Templars, so that might be a hope for Hayek, but look at the supply, guys. He's doubling him in supplies, he has 50% more workers, so it's a huge advantage for Tama. This is a small engagement, which might be good for Hayek, because he will lower the supply by like 10, because there were 5 Zealots. But still, Tama was able to evacuate them and escape with them, and he will securely take the 3rd base. Maybe add a couple of probes even, just to be able to saturate it better. Because he's in such a good position. I don't know if he feels like it in this game. Because it's hard to judge what's going on when you are playing after 1973. But after killing this hatchery and killing so many drones, you need to feel great, right? Especially that he moved out, killed most of the army. Only 2 High Templars though, soon 3. So now I am assuming if he wants to push, he will produce 1 more round of the Zealots and do it. And this is just to take attention of Hayek. At the same time, the main attack is incoming. There are no lurkers. There are no upgrades for the Hydras yet. Those 3 Zealots in the main base should be able to deal a lot of damage. We've seen how much damage those Zealots were able to do in the game against Izu, where he cleared all the main base with 4 Zealot drop. So this is a lot of Hydras, but this is just too much Protoss. This Protoss army is very well upgraded. So even without storms, I feel like Tama would be able to win this engagement. GG from Hayek, and Father Toss is taking 3rd game, and this is a breach score, right? Like, he is having 2-1 score, so 1 game away from tying up the game. Nicely done. The map now is going to be Monopoly. Interesting map for CVP and PvZ. Another map where you can play 9073, but I guess every map is good for 9073 besides Estrella, Parallel Lines, Sparkle, and the Gorky Island and other maps. So now we have 2-1 score still for Hayek, but Tama showed us that now he knows how to defend it. Actually, starting with Gateway first maybe was a mistake against Hayek. So starting with Forge first seemed like stronger opening. Mr. Roman versus Mr. Jacek. Oh. No, it's not going to be this, it's going to be Monopoly. So map is going to be Monopoly. So fourth game between Hayek and Fathertos, winner bracket finals of BSL GosuLeague. Let's get to the fourth game of the winner bracket finals. Okay, so on bottom left position we have Hayek, on top left position we have Fathertos. What's going on, Mr. Fanatic? How is life going? Monopoly also has 10 mineral fields in the main base. Okay, so this will be the Forge expand again. So I think Tama realized, okay, Hayek knows how to counter 9073. So I think this is a good call. But if Hayek will go for 12 hatch in this game, it will be a totally different story. It's overpull actually, but I still feels like it will be better for him than 9 hatch. Because 9 hatch and 12 hatch is no difference from Protoss perspective. You can play Nexus very quickly. Okay, so Forge first because Tama didn't scout Hayek first, and if it would be 9 pull and he would go for Nexus first, he would lose the game immediately. So going for this Forge is very nicely done. But after scouting that this is going to be second Overlord, he will see the second Overlord here. He knows that this is not 9 pull, so he will know that it's going to be probably overpull maximum. So he will be able to place Nexus and Cannon after that. And he's doing that, so he knows the timings very well. Now he's just confirming that with the probe. And Hayek didn't scout Fathertos first, so he needs to confirm what's going on with the drone, so he will know how many. Oh, he will build even 6 links, so this is a good opening for Fathertos. I'm wondering if he will see the 6 links, if he will add the second cannon. Oh, he even cancelled the links. This is questionable for me, but I guess maybe it has like. Is it worthy to lose the larva? I don't know. But he will have faster third base. Actually, it would make no difference. But this third base indicates 9073 or Hydra pressure as well, right? Because usually you are not expanding towards Protoss, you want to take the base, let's say here or here. But on the other hand, you are placing a couple of Sunkens here and few Lurkers, and this position is safely defended, and you can do the similar thing here. And you have map split in the right way for you. Oh, Lair! Oh, this is a nice mind play by Hayek. So he's not showing to Fardos what's going on. He's not showing what's he's building in the main base, and he expanded towards him, so that indicates. Oh, he's going for fake Hydra then. I like this mind play. I really like this mind play. The question is whether Fardos will read it. Because why would you build it in the natural if you have blocked choked? This is a very intense mind game. And the Spire is on the way. Nice harassment with the Zealot. Killing 2 links already, only for the shield. But the speed is done, as you can see, so now Fardos will know, okay, this is no Hydra Blast, and as you can see, he didn't overreact, he didn't even build the cannon, so he knew that this is a fake. Second Zealot is here. Again, cancel. Probably on overload. Now Fardos will scout. Okay, so this is a Lair, Spire opening, Scourge's opening. Nice pulls from Hayek to not lose the drones, but this is some mining time as well, so not totally perfect, and he would like to add the additional hatcheries for now. So look how oversaturated this natural is after this harassment from this Zealot. So 4th hatch is going on, it's coming. I didn't see any Scourges yet, I think. Oh, he's going immediately into the Hydras, okay. So this is, will it be 4 hatch Hydra? And speed for the Overlords. Okay, DT will be pretty powerful, but the Overlords are in good position, at least in this base. But there are no units to defend it, so this Dark Templar will be able to deal out of the nice reaction from Hayek. But still, a lot of mining time has been lost. Now I think is a good moment to add cannons, yeah, because we don't have Storm yet. Second DT. I really like that Hayek is sending 1 Overload to the main base. He will need it. Actually, he will not have it on time, but the speed will be done in a second. It's actually done now. So nice awareness that this Dark Templar might be here from Hayek. He didn't lose a single drone yet, but still he's only on 4 hatch. So this is do or die situation. If he will not succeed with this attack, this is the game, probably the game. Maybe he wants to go for the drop, force out of cannons and do the drop, but there are a lot of coursers already. So when he will move out with all the Hydras to attack, the coursers and DT might simply crash the natural and main base. But the storm is done. Nice storm from Father, it was beautiful storm, and the second one will be even prettier. And at the same time, the coursers are hunting down those overloads. The cannon is going down. It's only 2 cannons and 1 zealot, so Fardos needs to be careful. 7 kills on this DT. Yeah, this is definitely Tama game for now. He's doubling Hayek in supply. He has 50 probes, so more than usually. And he's even building more. So it shows that he feels very, very safe in this game. This is a fake shuttle drop. Maybe not fake, he's probably planning to pick up this Dark Templar, but additional overlords are found, so it looks like if 1973 will not succeed, that Tama is playing better in the mid game. Nice catch on this shuttle. Actually, it will escape. So DT with 17 kills now. So this shuttle took so much attention from Hayek that he didn't realize the attack is going on in the third base. And it's only 6 zealots, but the Corsairs are the ones which are dealing damage, the real damage. 6 plus 1 Corsairs. Look at the amount of damage they dealt. 7, 4, 2. I don't know actually if I'm not taking the same ones. But this shuttle is a hero, like the pilot of this shuttle is like, I trolled everyone. And this DT is also a hero, 18 kills. Okay, the lurker is from here. This might be a chance for him, maybe. But already Observer from Father, so... Yeah. Okay, the Observer was picked up. The Storm was nice, but... Nice dodge from Hayek as well, but... It will be hard for him to stay in this game. Even if the Slurkers will... Actually, this is very good for him because he might be able to snipe those... Ooh, but the Storms are just too good. It will be 3 Archons. The Observer will be in a second, so... If those 5 Lurkers would be spread, it would be a totally different story, but now it's only 4 Zerg versus... A lot of gateways. Protoss. GG, Tama is tying up the score in the winner bracket finals of BSL GosuLeague Season 15. Very nice final of the winner bracket. Let's listen to some good music while we're waiting. It's going to be battle. The winner bracket finals, Tama versus Hayek 2-2-2, 2-2-2, and winner of this match, winner of this particular game will advance to the grand finals of BSL 15 GosuLeague, and loser will be in the loser bracket finals and will play against the winner of loser bracket actually, because loser bracket semifinals is the actually finals of the loser bracket. So let's see. 2 versus 2 is the score. The map for the last game is going to be Butter. 2-player map, new meta, new favorite 2-player map by many players. Interesting map, many high grounds, many low grounds, many interesting bases. A little bit longer path between main to main. But let's see what the players have prepared for this map. From 2-0 from Hayek, we have 2-2 score, so this particular game will decide who will advance to the finals of BSL 15 GosuLeague and who will go to the loser bracket. Let's get into game right now. Ooh, Mr. Dewoltinho is here, our Super Proto Senior. Welcome, Mr. Dewalt. How are you doing, man? So, spawning at the top right location, we have Hayek. Spawning on the bottom right location, we have Father Tos aka Tama. 4 games in a row. Oh, actually, 3 games in a row we had 973. 2 games it worked. 2 games. Third game it didn't. Fourth game was a nice mind play, I would say, from Hayek, but it didn't work on Tama. He was reading the game very correctly, and we can see that this is a Forge expansion again. Actually, I'm not sure it's Forge expansion. It might be. Because you are not going for Gateway, right? So it might be 12 Nexus. Let's see. This is Overpull from Hayek. Okay, so it's going to be Forge into Scout, right? Yeah, because usually you are scouting after the pylon to know if you can play the Nexus before the Forge, but maybe Father Tos decided, okay, I will mine for a little bit longer, and this scouting time will be good enough to still block the hatchery with the Overpull. I really like that he's hiding the drone. This way he will be able to place the hatchery at the moment where he will want to. Now Hayek, I assume, is waiting for the drone information, how much links and how much drones he should make, and now he will make 2 drones, I assume. Yes. Look at this probe while fighting, building a cannon. Badass probe. So additional 2 links, probably to catch the scouting a little bit faster. But this is a good opening for. I think this is an equal opening. It's no one's open, but the position of the 3rd base again is indicating that we might see the 9073, but it might be a double mind game because Hayek was playing so often 9073 that he might pretend that he's going for 9073 and play, for example, Mega Macro Play or something like that. Okay, so the probe is gone. So I think what Hayek could do is make the 4th and 5th hatchery in the main base and not give information to Father Tos what's going on. And oh, okay, Mr. Tama. Okay, I didn't know about it. It was actually there was actually no reason to scout faster if you were planning to go for the next Forge still, but if it wouldn't be Overpull, if it would be 12 hatch, then this Forge would be too early, right? So, but it was a risk that sometimes you need to take those risks, and this is not that big of a deal, to be honest. Okay, so now not seeing what's going. The Hydra then again in the main base, and the hatchery position is. So maybe Hayek think process is like. He knows that I'm going 9073, and I know that I'm going 9073, but I believe my 9073 is strong enough that I can do it, even if he knows. This way we have Stargate opening. I like the Stargate. Usually you are building Stargate to see how many probes, how many drones, how many Hydras are in production, whether Zerg is transitioning into drones after a couple of Hydras, because you can build a couple of Hydras just to snipe the Forge. I like this pressure from Tama, not allowing those drones to mine. And I'm pretty sure it's time for Hydras now, but this Zealot will be there in the perfect time to scout it. So beautifully done. I don't know if he knows that this is 1973 yet, but he will know it right now. And this is the moment to add some cannons. I know he was doing the +1 weapon, but there is no reason to do it when it's 1973. We have 9, 7... 9, 7 and 3, yeah. So it's exactly in the number for 1973. He bought a lot of time with this one reload, and this Corsair will actually not kill this Overlord, so those two Hydras will save him, but with two Corsairs he will be able to kill it with the second one. So this is already a big victory for Father Toss. He can go for quick Templar Archives and have Dark Templar to push those Hydras away. So this is total, because usually as a Zerg you have a timer where you can produce Hydras until Protoss will have the High Templar, and there is a critical mass of units that you can try to build. But if you don't have Overlord, the timer is completely different, because then the High Templar, Dark Templar can push the whole army back. Ooh, and 4 Overlords, that's a decent pickup. With 3 Overlords, he might even be able to kill them. I like that he's target firing those two, because Corsair is also dealing damage at the moment at the place where he's shooting. So I really like it. Those are small things that allowed him to kill additional Overload, and this Overload will die as well. So no +1 weapon. There is no reason to start it, because it would be cancelled after the range for the Hydras will be done. But now we have a drone switch from Hayek. That's nicely done, but I think this is a very good position for Father Toss, because actually he forced a lot of cannons. Hayek forced a lot of cannons, so it's not that bad for the Zerg. And with the 4th, and I'm just waiting for the 5th hatch. Ooh, additional Overload. A lot of Overloads that are dead. 1, 2, 4. So 5, right? Because 1 had 1, yeah. And 2 more Overlords here will be sniped. Fortunately for Hayek, Father Toss will not see that coming. We have 700 minerals, so definitely enough money for 2 more hatcheries. And he has time to build those 2 more hatcheries. Because Father only has 3 Zealots and 2 High Templars. Those High Templars are gathering energy, but this is the moment as a Zerg where you can macro, you can power as much as you can. The Looker aspect is good, but yeah, go for 6 hatch, go for +1 weapon, build plenty of drones, like 40 of them, and then go back to Hydras. Because as a Zerg, even if you don't know how many Zealots there are, the think process, in my opinion at least, should be how many drones and how many hatcheries should I have to be able to fight against 2 base Protoss? And from experience, I think 5 hatch is usually not enough. You need to have 6 hatch. Oh, even Sunken here. Oh, I think it's just to morph a Lurker, maybe? No. So why is it here? Why does he building Sunken in the main base? Especially that he has base. Maybe it's maybe it's Spore, just to build Overlords safely, because this Corsair harassment was so annoying for him that he wants to simply be safe against them. But this is a very good game from Father Toss. He is playing safely. No reason to risk it. Armor first. Actually, it's 1-1. So it's going to be good upgrades. 2 Overlords will die again. For now, it's even worth it to lose of 1 Corsair to kill additional Overlords, because Zerg is so behind that it's definitely worth it to do it. And this will be pretty powerful attack, but there is Lurker, so this Lurker will scare those zealots away, I think. But I also think his father wants to apply pressure just to be able to... Oh, he wants to kill Overlord, but he's fighting on top of the spore. There is better angle to fight it. Nice storms to kill 6 Hydras, but overall it was a very good hold from Hayek. So that was definitely engagement for him. He should feel good right now about it, so definitely a good moment to maybe add some additional drones. Maybe add some extra hatchery, expand for the 4th base. Go for the speed of the Overlords, definitely as well, right? Two Lurkers are in this base, but the Zealots can deal damage, and those Corsairs will kill all those Overlords. So huge value out of those Visucers. There is no Overlord, so this Dark Templar will block this expansion from mining for a little while. At the same time, we have some Zealots getting into the natural, so Tama is using his multitasking very nicely. 3 Zealots in the main base, so there might be an option that Hayek will not realize. Oh! This is a... Okay, those 3 Overlords should see that, right? But even though that there is so much harassment, Hayek's supply is still not that behind, so he definitely has a chance to come back. His natural is definitely oversaturated, but he sent plenty of drones from the 3rd base to it. And now we have High Templars with 250 energy, with +1 weapon and 1-1, 1-1. I think this is a good call from Hayek to not fight against those goons. And Father is taking expansion. Very nicely done. And this Zealot is a hero. Again, a lot of last mining time. Nicely done. But I think still this is anyone's game. I still think that Hayek has a shot in it. He definitely has a lot of units. He has huge supply, but no eco. But number of probes from Father is also relatively low. It's only 44, so he started producing probes relatively early. So if it would be 60 probes, it would be different story because it would be easy to saturate this base. But on 44 probes, I still think that Hayek can do it if he will drone up and add 6 hatchery, because so for now we only have 5 hatch. +1 weapon against... how long until +2 weapon? Oh, no +2 weapon from Hayek. So 2-2 will be done soon. And this is pretty powerful attack from Father Dose. This is a lot of energy on those Templars. This is 6, 7, 8 storms. This is a lot of Hydras though, but even if the trade will be equal here and if Father will lose this engagement, which doesn't look like he will, but even if the macro of Hayek wouldn't keep up against 3 base Protoss. So 2-2 soon. The Lucas from this base has been sent here to defend. Maybe this is a hatchery. Oh, this is a Queen's Nest and Muta Switch. Sometimes Mutas can give you a little bit of breeding room. There is no cannon in the natural, so maybe there is an option that Hayek will defend with the lurkers and do the harassment with the mutas at the same time. This is an option for the Zerg. The upgrades for the Protoss though are so great, so powerful. There is nice lurker spread, so let's look how it will look like, but this is a lot of goons as well. Nice storm on the plenty of Hydra risks. This overload will scout the fourth base, so Hayek will know that there is no chance to come back. Hayek, after leading 2-0, will probably fall 3-2 against Fathertos. So beautifully done by Fathertos, beautiful comeback, and he will be the first player who will advance to the BSL Grand Finals, BSL15 GosuLeague Grand. Oh, sorry guys, BSL15 GosuLeague Grand Finals. So very nicely done, very impressive. Let me show you the bracket now and give you the think moment. 2-2-2-2-2-2. Mo and Tama, aka Fathertos, is advancing to the Grand Finals of BSL15 GosuLeague. Hayek is going to the lower bracket finals, where he will face against the winner of winner of Izu versus Herbmon versus winner of Radley versus Squall. So I'm thinking, to be honest, there are a lot of players, but I think Herbmon, actually Tama is the one who is able to fight against the best Zergs. Hayek, I think the best matchup I think is DVZ, so he also has a chance in the lower bracket. There are 3 Zergs and Radley in the lower bracket, so I think it will be interesting. We're going to be back on Tuesday, so definitely worth it to be there. It's going to be same time on Tuesday. It's going to be here and on Mr. UWS channel, so definitely check him out. He's doing the Spanish version of the cast. And let's thank our amazing sponsors and supporters. Thanks to Optimonk, Mr. Chameleon, old school StarCraft player who decided to support BSL this year, and also thanks to our amazing Patreons, Mr. Starlover with $100 a month, Mr. Anthony Chen, aka My Fleeting Dream, Mr. Martin Harshman, aka Vir, Ref, Striker, and Zero Sam with $50 a month. With $30 a month, we have Robert Good, Lizardo86, Cos, and Tupocalypse. And with $20 a month, we have Nicholas Schuller, Christian Eddington, LML, Lingenpump, Niantic, and Quark, and all the other amazing supporters. Thank you guys for supporting. BSL is my full-time job. This is the only thing that I'm doing. I don't have any other job, so if you like what I'm doing and would like me to keep doing it, I will appreciate if you will support the stream, because I gave myself a year. So far it isn't working as great as I expected, but I still have half a year left to make it profitable enough so I will be able to sustain my family. So this is one of the ways you can support. You can also support by donating. You can also support by subscribing, but if you can't, you can simply watch, and this is also great support. So thank you guys very much for all you are doing. And I also want to invite you for BSL ladder stage of BSL 2 versus 2, because it's happening now. It's 3 days left till the end. We have very good players playing already. We have 49 players playing 2 versus 2. I think this is nice. Very interesting. So there is still time to sign up, so you can do it and play BSL 2 versus 2 on Shield Battery. So sign up on Shield Battery and play. You can sign up here and play, so please do it. It will be great. If we will meet, it will be casted on the same channel. It will be casted here on BSL, on Trovo, so definitely do it. And I think this is it for today, guys. Let me see if you have any questions on the chat. If not, then thanks to Mr. Manu for, I believe, 260 elixirs. Thanks to all of you guys for all those manas. And on Saturday and on Sunday, we will going to have BSL Pro League. Let me show it to you. Maybe it's another thing which I should show to you guys. So BSL Pro League is going to be on Saturday. We're gonna have Zanhun versus Terror, Shao Shuai versus Ziki, and winners of this match against winners of this map. So that part is going to be on Saturday, and that part is going to be on Sunday. Actually, that part is going to be on Sunday. So very strong players coming on Saturday and on Sunday. Peter, it's going to be on Twitch TV/0PL. We can see Mr. Dawid already in the winner bracket finals after winning with Bonnie and Boa after amazing PvPs, and Bonnie here in the loser bracket quarterfinals after winning with NBA and Nayoken. Nayoken with amazing game against Basterran. If you missed it, definitely check it out. And yeah, after those announcements, I think this is it. Thanks for watching. It was a pleasure to do it for you guys. I always like doing it. This is like a relaxed casts where I can talk with you guys and do this without any pressure. So thank you guys for watching. See you on Saturday, and tomorrow I will probably stream 2 versus 2 on my Twitch channel to encourage you all guys to sign up. So do it. Sign up. Not only for the Patreon, but also for the Shield Battery. And thank you guys very much for watching. See you tomorrow, if not on Saturday. Bye bye.